Hello and welcome to Avenging Past 7. This is technically day 243. I did just do the math. Um, I did end up missing last week, but we are hopefully intentionally back on the regular schedule for a while now. We'll see how long that lasts. This was the YouTube accounts, Grand Arena results. Good news on the main account that went up against a much bigger account. I struggled, but I cleared a little bit, and he never attacked, so I won. So I was happy about that. The YouTube account and the main account and the alt account both won in Grand Arena yesterday. So I was glad to see that, even if YouTube account didn't win. But I believe all three accounts are now 1 for 2. Yes, all three accounts are now 1 for 2, and so it'll just depend on what we're up against tonight. Let's go ahead and look at that for the YouTube account. At 2.7 mil, okay. Got a few relics, mostly Jedi and Phoenix. This right here could be our saving grace, though. That Darth Vader with only one Zeta, and it is not Merciless Massacre with some weak mods. I think we win this. He would have to break through my Geo wall, which my Geo wall, I believe, let's just make sure. I believe it's in the top wall. Nope, it's in the back right now. Okay, do I move it? I feel like I should move it. I feel like I should move that Geo to the front. Make sure I save myself some headache in the future. Because he is not going to be able to beat those Geos. Okay. I'll think about it, but I might do that. We are still early on. We are still within the average view time, so most of y'all are still watching. We're gonna have a hopefully fun discussion today. I was talking with some friends last night before actually, and we were catching up on what's the cool nerd video game movie news that we've been that maybe some of us have seen and some of us had missed, and just sharing those fun stories. And one of the ones that got brought up was The Witcher, and it's been a few months now, but if you remember, Henry Cavill left The Witcher on Netflix, and will not be returning for season 4. I believe they have already filmed season 3, and so season 3 is happening with Henry Cavill. Awesome. Now, the reason Henry Cavill left The Witcher, which I believe I had talked about in a previous video, was because he was a very big fan of the books and a very big fan of the video games. And so he was a big fan of The Witcher as a franchise before ever even being cast as Geralt. Then he went on to portray Geralt in the live action Netflix series. And it came out that he was constantly fighting with the writers and producers because he did not like the direction they were taking the story or the show or the characters, and he wanted the show to, at the least, honor the source material. At the least. And the writers did not want to honor the source material. They wanted to write their own story using The Witcher as a IP because it's popular. And so he left, and they hired Liam Hemsworth. Now, what came out this past week was that Liam Hemsworth put out, I believe, either an interview or a tweet, that he is delving as deep as he can into the Witcher novels, into the books, to, prepare for his role as Geralt whenever he replaces Henry Cavill in season 4. And what that started was this whole Twitter chain and discussions and rumors on, will Liam Hemsworth end up leaving the franchise because of fighting with the writers and producers, because he starts wanting to honor the source material because he becomes a big fan of the books and the video game. Now, I think it would be hilarious if he does, and the reason why is because I have strong feelings on source material. I loved the Harry Potter books. I watched the Harry Potter movies, and I enjoyed the Harry Potter movies, but Harry Potter is much more a book series for me than it ever was a movie series franchise. I believe that the books did much, I won't say much better. I believe that the movies did one of the best jobs of portraying the books, but they still left out a lot. And I believe that there's only so much you can do when making a movie series based on books. You're going to have to cut some things out. You're going to have to, I wouldn't say change the story, but you might have to change certain things just to allow for screen time. As well as it can be difficult to make a movie, especially for children or for a wide range of audience, that explores the intricate details of emotions between many different characters. And I think Harry Potter did a fantastic job with it. I won't deny that. Um, but I think that there was just so much in the wow, that's awful. So much in the books that did not get to make it to the movies. That Harry Potter is still much more a book franchise to me than ever it was movies. But Harry Potter did the right thing. They honored the true story. They tried to bring in as much as they could from the books, and they listened to J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling worked closely with Steve Clovis was the screenwriter for the movies, and she would say, "You need to have Snape say this, or you need to have Snape act in this way," and Steve Clovis would ask why, and she would say, "Just trust me," because she didn't want to reveal her whole hand. She didn't want to reveal the whole story to anyone. It didn't matter if they were, the screenwriter for the movies that, oh, you can, that she probably could trust. She didn't care. She wanted everyone to be a fan of her books. And anyone that was a fan of her books had to wait for the book to release to find out anything. And so they did that. They honored the source material, even when changing certain things, even when things weren't exactly perfect match of the novels. They still honored the source material in what they did, so that people were not too far off of their original, the way that their character would have originally acted. And then we get Avatar: The Last Airbender movie, which did not honor the source material at all. They wouldn't even pronounce the main character's name properly. And we got, what was another one? The Percy Jackson movies. And I think that honoring the source material should come above everything else when it comes to adapting a novel or a TV show. Honoring the source material should come first, even if you can't adapt everything from it. You should still honor the way characters would act, their names are pronounced, or the overall story. And I think the first two seasons of The Witcher were as beloved as they were because Henry Cavill fought for that. And with him leaving, I don't know how much people will actually like The Witcher show, since Henry Cavill's not there fighting for it to be what fans wanted, even if people didn't realize just how much he was doing for that. I might just save the rest of these. Yeah. I think that's nearly all of my purchases and all of our achievements for the day. Awesome. The account's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with where we're at. I would love to be able to relic Wampa soon. I do have the Ami on him, I believe. I do. But I am a ways away from... For one, I need to mod him before the next Grand Arena. But, is it both of these? No, just... Okay. What's that? 19 pieces of that away and 100 pieces of this thing. Or nearly 90 pieces of this thing. So... I don't think we'll be able to relic him see. I would need 100 of these, and I can't buy 100. I actually could buy 100 of these, and I doubt that's worth it, but I would love to. Um, I don't even have enough to buy that right now. What about this other thing? I need, what was it, 19 pieces of this? Let's see. Not really close to that either. Okay. So I will work on modding my Wampa soon. And getting him ready to be useful in Grand Arena, because that will be a game changer for me in Grand Arena. Being able to solo battles is so useful, especially early on when we have such a small roster, when we don't really have that many characters. And let's see, whatever's our credits at, we are at 12 million credits. That's not a lot. Hopefully soon we can get Padme and General Kenobi built up, and then we can have another decent team right there. Let's see, at some point we can get Savage built up. I'm going to want to have Wampa finished before I go for Savage, though. And we're on the track to going after Darth Revan. So, I mean, we're a ways away from that. We're working on T3 right now, and Juhani. When they're done, we'll definitely be going after Bastila. And she might be the last person I have to collect for Darth Revan, and then it's just upgrading and building them up. But, you know, the roster's doing pretty well. I'm really liking my Geo team. The Bounty Hunters, I would like to be a little bit stronger. I'm not sure why they are not at their best. It might just be some mods, and maybe a little bit of gear level. But we're at a good spot. I hope y'all are having a fantastic day. I hope it all goes well for you. Good luck on the final battle for Grand Arena. I hope that you can win in at least your top 3, if not getting number 1. I know that can be difficult. But y'all have a fantastic day, and may the Force be with you.